Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Joey, ready to do something a little bit different for this video. We're gonna watch episodes 3 and 4 of season 1 of the Buccaneers because it's taking way too long. So we're gonna pair off the rest of the episodes of the season so that we can start getting ready for season 2. If you guys don't like that and you think, no, keep them separate, it's more fun to go into the details, then I'll do that. But I'd rather not.
I'm afraid my context is inescapable. But I would like to show you, if I may, the full picture, so that you can make a real choice.
To be the Duchess.
To be with...
I really wish I could dislike him, but I just can't. He's really sweet.
Relief, Richard. Have some peace. You finally got her to behave. Well done, you.
May I present Lady Seaton?
We eloped. Can you believe it? No.
I'm afraid we simply couldn't wait.
Well, what about New York and the wedding?
And why the hell did they do that?
Every cathedral in Manhattan.
I know, but when you've absolutely decided what you want...
Love isn't about the display and the fuss. That's what we realized, isn't it? Love is about the two of us.
I mean, it's crazy. We finish each other's
sandwiches.
That's what I was gonna say.
Do you think that Ginny is actually...
In that family, the best hope is survival. But I worked out the secret. Silence. No voice. No opinions. It's better to be lonely and approved of than lonely and glowered at.
It is like the lights have gone out in you.
Yes, but...
The episode 1 version of her would be so sad to hear those words coming out of her mouth. This is so...
Sorry. Is Ginny here?
We're rather unprepared for visitors.
Ew.
There's just the tour of the castle, and I just wanted to see that if Ginny wanted to.
She's looking forward to seeing you.
She's just like me.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you tonight. The landscapes here are really beautiful. You know what, I stayed...
This is like objectively a good romantic scene, but I just don't feel the chemistry, like the tension between them that I want to feel. I don't know.
Is there much writing in the exit?
No. But there is in Saratoga.
To run.
Ariana, what are you doing here?
Whoa, hey. Right, if you could just grab the bridle.
I know how to catch a horse.
I saw you in trouble, so I was...
I'm not one of those girls who gets in trouble and needs helping down from horses.
Are you hurt?
I'm fine. I'm completely fine.
I thought you were going to be late. I missed a chance to be shouted at.
Nan, this is Guy Thwart, my oldest friend.
His oldest who?
What's about? Well, you and Nan.
Yes. I imagine she wants to hear all about Nan.
Are you happy? Truly?
What? Of course, darling. I'm married.
Actually, I just want
Mother will be furious, of course, but at least you won't have to wear the coral bridesmaid dress.
Oh, it was orange, and I would have looked like an onion for certain, but I would have gladly worn it because I knew that's something you wanted.
Darling, I know you've got the sweet thing going with the Duke, but when you really
truly love someone.
I love you.
I love you. I do.
I'm glad she cut her off, because whatever she was about to say was gonna be total nonsense.
You or you and Theo. How can I even think about marrying him?
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, get comfortable. Yeah.
They've given you the yellow room then. Quite right, of course.
That's so
Far
awkward.
more important than me now. Though much less dressed. God, sorry. I'll...
So, will you tell him? Mr. Thorpe was just...
And if there's anything else you need to know about the yellow room, feel free to ask. Just down the hall. Good decision. To get her address. Yeah. Good decision.
Awkward.
The disappointment in this case is that we believed Virginia might be different from her friends.
What does that mean?
Our only goal, Lady Brittlesea, was to save you the fuss of a garish wedding. I assure you an elopement drama is entirely unlike me. As a wife, my chief aim will always be to avoid a show. And to meet your expectations, as well as those of my husband. So I believe that I am different. Quite different. Less of a peacock.
Ooh, whew. I can't stand her. I keep trying to, but I just cannot stand her.
That weekend at Runnymede, Nan and I talked a little.
Isn't she extraordinary? She moves in such an unexpected way. Have you noticed?
I mean,
Oh, he noticed.
I don't mean gracefully. Because actually she isn't always graceful. God, no, I mean, she's all over the place.
yeah.
Now, did you see her on a horse? She's... Wherever I turn somehow. Laughing, thinking, surprising me. Making me catch my breath. I mean, she's entirely remarkable. Well, you've met her.
I heard you propose after about 3 minutes.
And it could easily have been 2.
I just... Marriage. Just be sure you know all there is to know.
Real love triangles are so back. So is it just gonna be like this for the rest of the season?
Yes, it's just lovely. Despite that. Perfect Duchess.
The longing look. I needed it. I needed it. I needed it.
Do you loathe it?
Being beautiful.
I expect that feels odd hat. No. Do you love all this?
I don't know yet. Do you?
Not tonight. Which is a novelty. Everything, it seems, is measurably improved by you.
That's it. I'm never settling again.
Well, what's the verdict?
I believe Nan will surprise us all.
Uh-oh.
And gentlemen, there's no evidence. No.
Excuse me.
At about 7.
Will I ever be good enough? I've tried being me, and I've tried being someone else. Is there any point in me trying at all?
Conchita, don't raise your voice, please.
My voice isn't raised.
Her voice isn't raised. Ooh, that just triggered something so deep in my chest.
Jenny. Why, with her blonde hair and pale skin, you've accepted so quickly.
Clock it, Conchi.
Oh, that would be very easy, I'm sure.
No, thank you. We're not accepting those accusations.
Perhaps you might think in those terms.
Every day.
I'm afraid we simply don't. We're oblivious.
We don't see color.
Lucky you.
Aww.
We reward bad behavior in children. We remove any incentive for them to grow up.
She found a spine. They're gonna end up. Yeah. Yep. Here it is.
Time melts away like ice cream in the sun. Love's here today, but tomorrow may be gone.
His hand is trembling.
Nothing makes me scared. Do you see my hands? Do they look like they shaking to you?
That forever I'll be sure.
Save Theo. You must, of course. Tell him. Why wouldn't you?
Where's Richard?
Oh. That's what I'm talking about. The electricity, the tension, the magnetic pull. They have it.
This is just what she wants. Conchita doesn't get lost.
Conchita! Was she heading for the cliffs?
She's just doing it for attention.
But Nan, I'm her husband. So it's my job to give it to her.
That's a good man. That's a good man, Savannah.
She's always fine. This is just what she does.
Oh.
Oh, darling, I hope you weren't too worried about me.
Oh, are you asking about me?
Dick came running after me and found me.
Oh, of course we're still talking about you. How are you not exhausted by the fact that everyone's constantly looking for you or looking at you?
Gosh, can I help it if they look?
You can try not running out into the middle of the night, making everyone think you've fallen off a cliff. One night was supposed to be about me. If you even break a nail, I immediately jump to the rescue. But if I have any problems,
What
big or
problems
small...
do you have? What, with your Duke and his necklace-giving mother?
How would you possibly know? There's no space, there's no time
Man,
in this
I
world
cannot-
for us to talk about me when every
Man,
single
I
second
can't
is
keep
about
up
you.
with what you want and don't want. You don't want to be a Duchess and then you get mad if I get in the way? At least I know who I am.
Well, congratulations, you've worked that out. Although how awful it is for you to have done all of that work to only realize that you are an attention-seeking mess.
Oh. Ooh, this shot. I'm obsessed.
You'll make a wonderful Duchess.
So you won't say anything?
No. Why would I?
Because he's your oldest friend.
And you're my newest.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's hardly even late. We could just grab a bottle or something.
You still left at Runnymede. You still left.
But he came back. Why doesn't he tell her that? I hate TV shows.
But before any of marrying or any of that, I need to go back to New York. Because my mother and I will need to talk. But when I come back, Enrique...
May I come? But I'd like to see the skyscrapers and walk in Central Park.
Oh.
But also, I should like to meet your mother and your father. I shan't intrude. I'd like to just be nearby.
That's cute.
To know who you really are.
Oh. Not as cute.
Spent the whole night on the rooftop with Guy Thwart. Scared him till he ran away.
You didn't scare him too much. He came back the next morning on a horse.
Guided.
Yeah. You and Ginny were too busy being proposed to and running around not understanding about dukes. But yes, Guy Thorpe was absolutely there.
Okay, there's already so much I want to talk about. But I really, really, really want to know what's going to happen in New York. And so I'm really glad we're doing it like this. And we're just going to jump right in because I would not be able to wait. I need to know. I have to know.
Good morning, kisses, giving you all mine.
Who am I looking at?
In a few hours, this house will be filled with New York's finest.
Well, I would say New York's finest is already right here.
Okay, Riz. That's how my husband needs to be talking to me too. Yep. Oh.
Why, thank you, Mr. Colonel, sir.
Well, all right then.
Recently, unfortunately. But it's not that. Are you in love?
Oh.
Sorry?
Your mother held her shoulders like that after she met your father.
Some kind of dancing injury if I know her.
Guy, in the nicest way. What are you doing here? With your shoulders like that? What are you waiting for? Theo's a duke, poor lamb. He has to carry the burden of waiting for a suitable girl. But I don't know if you've noticed, you're not that important.
Well,
if she's suitable to you, don't be like your father.
Colonel.
Yes.
Mr. St. George. So very pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh, well, the pleasure is all ours. Oh, I got...
Oh.
And Ginny got herself a lord.
Darling, please. The guests will be arriving any minute, and I want to show you off. Why? Well, because I'm your mother. Wow.
Oh. Oh.
Look who's lowering the tone.
Yay. My girl. Oh, she knows. Oh, she knows, she knows, she knows.
What have you been doing? Or should I say, who have you been
Yes,
doing?
who's the lucky man keeping you here and away from us?
I couldn't care less about boys in marriage.
Lizzie? Who's stolen Lizzie?
Ew, ew,
Now, there's a party that's about to start, so let's get you all dressed.
You've gone for doves, I see. The Astors only had canaries at theirs, and they didn't look well.
The Canaries or the Astors?
Both. Congratulations, Mrs. St. George. How very far you've come.
Kind of backhanded compliment.
In New York.
Or as if it had been me. Lizzie, if you hadn't
Disappointed the family? Let us all down.
decided, for whatever reason, with ill health or overexcitement, to take yourself away, perhaps we'd be holding a party of this kind.
Now go downstairs and enjoy your moment. shoulders back. Head high.
Sorry.
Oh. Ugh.
Sorry.
I don't believe we met.
Elizabeth. Lizzie.
It's a pleasure.
There you are. I'm so sorry. I was just... Are you having a good time?
Yes, I've just been introduced to Elizabeth.
But you know Lizzie. She stayed at your house. And at Runnymede.
There were rather a lot of people there that weekend.
Of course. We were all running around. I mean, it was a bit of a blur.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Ooh, I hate him. I hate him. Oh.
Darling, come sit down. Your father's looking after Theo. We can just talk. And you're making me lie to Theo. How can he marry me when he doesn't know who I am, when I don't even know who I am? My whole life has been a lie. I need to tell him the truth.
I'm sorry, like, I get why she's upset. She has every right to be upset. But why is all the smoke for her mom, who took her in, and not her dad, who actually cheated? I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing something?
Nan!
Oh, come on. Let's show these children how it's done, Daddy.
Tracy, I have to talk to you. Hands off me!
Oh. Not the music stop, DJ. Get back in there.
Well, I bet the St. George's can't believe their luck. I mean, look around. It's all rather gauche, isn't it? This new money.
Well, you could say America is all new money. Excuse me, I must find my fiancée.
Oh. I know that's right. What happened there? Get distracted. Oh. Oh. That was not a normal reaction to that. Was that a normal reaction to seeing each other? Oh. Oh wait, this is who you're supposed to have smoke for.
Go right ahead. Be my guest.
What was her name?
I didn't get a proper look at her, Nan. Nan.
Oh, much more myself.
Imagine. Of course, I've barely missed you at all.
Oh. Oh no. No.
My dearest Nan.
No.
My feelings for you can no longer be kept secret. I am weak, and I am confused. But Nan, my love for you is neither.
So, what did she say?
I talked to them both. She didn't speak, and...
Oh, I need that for my bed. I need that.
He said that pretty girls give him a look, which they hope he'll notice.
Lady Marble, if I may, Lord Richard is an Englishman, a firstborn, and a lord.
Yes, but look at him. Why wouldn't he choose this?
He may not always feel it under that roof, but in England he has power. No Englishman will ever choose freedom over power.
I'd like to introduce you to Prince Harry. If I were him, I'd be ready to knock something over, because that is crazy.
Here she is at last, my girl. So, we now have the Duke and his Duchess. So, now we need a dance from you both. Come on, we have waited long enough.
Oh, so he's just not gonna tell her about the letter. That was an option.
Look, I'm Lady Seaton.
He's so creepy. Ew.
Again,
I know, I'm so sorry. I was
in your house, with your family, who are absolutely not, I'm realizing, easy people.
They're not easy people.
This party is humiliating to me. Humiliating. This whole vulgar event, thrown an out on yet a hideous display of bad taste. I'd have thought I deserved more respect.
I don't understand.
From you, my wife, and also from your mother. That this is how she chooses to introduce her new son-in-law to New York, by parading me and my title. It is demeaning.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm so sorry.
And it gives me no pleasure to say that your mother ought to apologize. But the party, the farcical first dance, that display we just witnessed, she ought to say sorry.
You don't actually mean she ought to apologize.
I'm not going to tell you what to do, Virginia.
Just before we go back inside, I wanted to tell you something. I've just been wanting to say...
Are you happy? With me, I mean.
Of course.
Then don't tell me anything that might spoil it. Let's get married soon. Might that be all right?
This party, the whole event, the entire afternoon, well, it's been a gaudy display of bad taste. You've been to England now, so you know how to behave, but I'm afraid James deserves more respect. You've embarrassed him, and you've embarrassed me, so I would appreciate it if you would apologize.
Ginny, my love, what's going on with you? I think we should get everyone dancing again, don't you? Mrs. St. George, I can't thank you enough for this delightful party.
He's such a snake. Oh.
Well, welcome, of course. This is Ginny's home. My mother is a queen.
Hmm. She's just had a roller coaster of emotions this episode. Christina Hendricks, the woman that you are. Oh.
Mother, earlier.
You're all right, are you, Mabel? I do want my girls to be all right.
Yes, very much so. But Mother, listen, upstairs.
Now, Mabel, put on your shawl properly, and that's the end of it. However will we find you a husband if you're only ever wearing half a shawl?
Um. door open? Wait, what? What?
I can't do this anymore, Tracy. It's done.
Do you honestly think anyone would look at you twice if you were on your own, or even open the door to you? Why they wouldn't
That's your
let you back
response?
in Saratoga with the idea. She asked about her, of course. Her real mother.
He was lying.
You didn't tell her the truth.
Oh, of course not. I think I am.
You don't get to ask questions like that. You're a cheater. You're a terrible husband. All of this happened in a day. Oh my gosh, I just realized. I mean, I love the way we ended the episode exactly the way we started it. I love things like that, but that was a lot for one day. That was... Let's talk about it. Okay. Where to begin? Let's start with the obvious, the love triangle. So, Theo isn't a bad person. I like him. I don't love him for Nan, but that might have to do with me and not him. So I'm trying to like quiet down that side of me that's like guy fan 3000, because he's not a bad person. And I totally understand his reaction to the letter. I'm not going to villainize him for that. Like, what would you do if your childhood best friend sent a letter to your fiance declaring his love for her and you didn't even know they knew each other? Like, I would personally have reacted worse than he did. Sometimes men are justified. Sorry. Guy. Now, why did he write that letter drunk? Like, let's use our brains here. You're at this guy's house. Like, you're not even in your home writing this letter. You're at his house writing a love letter to his fiance. That's crazy. Did I eat it up? Obviously, but it's still crazy. It's still crazy. Okay. Nan. Girl. I get her. I get her. Only one person proposed. Only one person has been clear from the start about his intentions with her, and that's Theo. So I understand, but she is clearly conflicted between the two and not even trying to figure out what's up with Guy, and that's interesting, but I understand it because it's not 2024. It looks messy to be talking to Guy for real while she is otherwise involved. I get it. That's not where I'm gonna be harsh. Nan, the way you spoke to your mother today was so uncalled for. I know you're going through a lot, but I'm sorry, think of her. Like, I was watching this whole episode, like, why is all of the smoke for her? What did she do? He cheated and had a child. And then just expected her to be okay with it because what did he say? At this point, you couldn't even be okay in Saratoga. Like, you're not gonna leave me. Tracy, there is a seat in hell for you. In hell. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go back to Nan. She came around by the end, finally. And because so much happened in this episode, I didn't appreciate that it was only a day until the very end when they were getting ready for bed. And I realized, oh, we started this morning. All of that emotion, all of that turmoil happened today. That's crazy. So I guess she didn't hold the grudge against her mom for that long. It just felt long because it was like 30 of my minutes, but like in the grand scheme of things, she came around. Did I expect the story about her mom to be a lie? I suspected it because it was just a little too convenient. Like, she passed on right after you were born. You can never contact her. I don't even know her name or what she looked like. Like, come on, bro. So if they gave me a little bit more time with that, I think I would have guessed it sooner, but whatever. Let's keep it in the family. Ginny. What do I have to say about Ginny that I haven't already said? That I hate her. Okay, that's a strong word. I don't hate her anymore. But I really, really don't like her. Does that mean I don't see her as the victim that she is? No. I'm a feminist. I still see it. That man, her husband, has a seat right next to her dad in hell. I've seen it. But she is so insufferable. Like, I have never had the displeasure of befriending someone who is so committed to not being a girl's girl. I don't know what I would do if I was dealing with a girl like her all the time. Like, ooh. And since we're on the topic of her dreadful, miserable husband, who I do genuinely hate, pretending he doesn't know who Lizzie is when
Lizzie is definitely the most beautiful person he's ever seen in his life, and he absolutely dreams about her all the time and thinks about her all the time and wonders where she is at all times, and was really, really relieved to see that she's alive and breathing and walking around and that he got to see her. And that's probably most, if not all, of the reason that he came to New York in the first place, was to make sure she was alive and get to catch a glimpse of her because she's so beautiful and he's so obsessed with her in the creepiest, most unfortunate way.
Where did I start? But to lie to her face like that, okay, it was one thing to lie to her face like that when it was just her and say, I don't think I've met, which is, oh, don't get me started. But to keep up the lie when Ginny walked over? Why? You're weird talking about there were a lot of people at Running Mead. I didn't keep track of you weren't keeping track of her when you were staring at her at your little party. You weren't keeping track of her when you brought her back to your room. You weren't keeping track of her when you convinced her to strip. Okay. Okay. Whatever. Lizzie, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful girl. I'm so happy that you're back. I'm so happy you're back. We're here. She knows. She's fictional, but she knows. Her little sister is getting a whole lot more storyline now. And I'm very curious to see where that storyline goes because, I mean, the era. Also, it's based on a book and a show from, I think, the 90s. So I want to know if this is like a modern adjustment to the story or if it was always like this. Because if it was always like that, very progressive. But I feel like it probably wasn't. So I wonder where they're changing her story and how Mabel's characterization is consistent with the original and how it's different. I think that's really interesting. But it's cool. I wasn't expecting it. Caught me completely off guard. And I'm sad for her. Like, I can't even begin to imagine. So I'm going to say something that might be a little bit controversial. Conchita is the kind of girl you enjoy watching as a character, but you wouldn't necessarily want to be friends with her in real life. And the reason I say that is because when I first was watching that argument with Nan at the end of episode 3, I was like, oh my gosh, where did that come from? Like, that was, whoa, Nan, back off, like she's going through it. But then I realized that she kind of had a point. Like, everything revolves around her and what she's thinking and what she's doing and what she wants and what she doesn't want and how people are hurting her, which is so valid. I'm not saying that she shouldn't be complaining about that. She absolutely should. But I did kind of see Nan's point about it feeling like there's no air left in the room. There's no space left around her. She takes up a lot of space. I love that she takes up a lot of space when I'm watching her on TV. Would I love that in a personal friend of maybe probably not. Controversial. Let me know what you think. Or don't, I'm sensitive. I was about to say I'm glad that she and Richard are I feel like it's not linear. The progress isn't linear, but I feel like they're going in a positive direction. But then what the hell just happened? What was the ending? Like at first when he walked in, I thought he was gonna, oh my gosh, like so sorry. No, but then he sat down. What's going on? Like she was his nanny growing up, right? Like was there a and if so, why? And if also so, stop. And I'm short-circuiting because I thought the 5 minutes between ending this episode and talking to you guys about it, I would process it in my mind, like try to figure it out in my, no, and then all of those times that she's been meddling, like she's been talking to them about each other, was she like jealous? Was she... No. Okay, so clearly we need to watch episodes 5 and 6 very soon because so many things got left off on the craziest notes, and I'm not gonna be okay until I know how they get resolved or not resolved, at least move forward. I need to know. And they're back in England for episode 5. So I'm ready. I just want to know. So for episode 3, I give 8 popcorns out of 10. And for episode 4, I give 9 popcorns out of 10. I just love the direction. I loved the way they started in the same place they ended. I loved a lot of the long shots that they did through the party. Those were really cool and they take so much work. It was clearly so well crafted. Apple TV, mwah, you did it again. I love the colors when they're in New York, and it's so dreadful going back to London where it's so dreary and drab and gray and but in New York, I love that they brought that back. So this episode was so colorful and visually pleasing. If there's one reason I'm not excited about them going back to England for the next episode, it's probably just that. It's just that I got used to the coloring again, and now I'm gonna have to go back to the, you know? So that's it. I guess they average out to an 8.5, which is pretty solid. We are officially halfway through season 1, and I can't wait to watch 5 and 6 very soon with you and talk about it in the comments. So please, whatever thoughts you have, drop them in the comments. I'll be sure to respond, and let's get a dialogue going. I don't like that. Sounds like I'm a teacher. Let's chat. That's about it. Yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Super soon. Not 3 months from now, I promise. Super soon. Thank you again for watching. Your support means the absolute world to me. I am so excited to get back into this show with you all and to talk to you about it because it's so fun, it's so different, it's so new, and we have a season 2 to look forward to too, which is amazing. So please don't forget to hit the like button so I know that you're watching and enjoying. Comment so I know what you're thinking while you're watching and enjoying, and subscribe so that you can keep watching and enjoying. And I will see you very soon.